on the inside of the left thigh here. And as you extend the left leg, let's send the toes up towards the sky and the knee up towards the sky, building a sense of strength through the front of the leg and a sense of space through the back of the leg. If this is uncomfortable for the knee in any way, maybe tucking a blanket underneath the knee, and the same option for the bent knee as well. From here, coming back to your tall spine, let's take an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And then with your exhale out, twisting over to the right. And we'll take the top hand onto the top knee, backhand lines behind you. And as we lengthen through the spine here from the tailbone up to the crown of the head, extend out through the left leg as well. We'll take another full breath in here. And complete breath out. And then the left hand shifts on top of the left leg, or the back of the hand on the inside of the leg. With your breath in, and the chest is still open to our bent knee here, we'll sweep the right arm up to the sky. And then on the exhale out, taking a side bend here towards the extended leg, top shoulder moving back in space, and either looking up, forward, or down to the mat. And then on your inhale, come back to neutral. And then with your exhale out, sweep the arm up and overhead. And then moving through that again, breath in and exhale out. Next inhale, come back to where we started, take the right hand behind you and then bring the chest forward, and we'll switch the extended leg here. Bending through the left knee, extending the right leg away from the body, and that option for a blanket underneath the extended leg, maybe underneath the bent knee. Adjusting the seat so you have your tall spine once again. And then with the breath in, arms float up towards the sky. And then on your exhale out, twisting over to the left. Breath in, lengthening from tailbone up to the crown of the head and building that sense of strength and length through the right leg as well. With the exhale, softening into your twist. And then we'll take one more full breath in. Soft breath out. Right hand comes down to the right leg or back of the hand on the inside of the leg. Breath in, left arm sweeps high to the sky with the chest open to the bent knee. And then with your exhale out, taking your side bend here towards the extended leg, opening up through the chest, rolling that top shoulder back in space. Inhale, come on back to center. Exhale out, reach the arm up and overhead. Flowing through one more round, breath in and exhale out. Next inhale, sweep the left hand behind you, bring both legs long out in front of the body, give them a little shake out. And from here we'll move into hands and knees. As you shift into hands and knees, always that option to take a blanket underneath the knees if that would feel best for the knees. Wrists land underneath the shoulders, knees land underneath the hips here. We can have toes tucked or untucked. A gentle awareness of the upper arm bones here in the shoulders, tall and spacious through your spine. And then with your next breath in, allow your belly to soften towards the earth as you lift the tailbone up towards the sky. Bring the chest forward and reach the crown of the head up towards the sky as well for your cow pose. And then on your exhale out, push the earth away with the hands, the tops of the feet here, round through the back as we move into our cat pose. So we'll start to flow through that breath in, lifting heart, tailbone, and the crown of the head into your cow pose. And then on the exhale out, gentle push of the earth away, rounding through the back body, creating some space across the shoulders here, cat pose. Flowing through one more round, your own breath pace, your own rhythm. Inhaling here. And exhale out. Next breath in, come back to your neutral tabletop. Tuck the toes underneath, hug your upper arm bones in towards your shoulders, hug into your core as well. And either choosing to pause right here in hands and knees, or with your next breath, push the earth away, send the hips up towards the sky, moving into your downward facing dog. And let's take some movement here as we start to arrive, pedaling the feet, bending the knees, maybe shifting the hips from side to side here. And if you like, some movement for the spine and the shoulders, and then ending all that off with a gentle nod of the head yes and no. And as we find our sense of stillness here, tune into your strength, hugging the upper arm bones in, hugging into your core, strong through the legs. And then also tune into your sense of space here as well. Press into the hands as you lengthen through the spine, lift the hips a little higher to the sky. And then maybe knees are bent if that feels better for you, or perhaps you lengthen out through the legs. Take a full breath in wherever you are. Complete breath out. And then with your next inhale, look to the top part of your mat, soft bend in the knees, and then start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. And we'll meet at the top of the mat in a forward fold. Feet are hip distance apart or maybe a little wider. Generous bend in the knees here as the head and arms, shoulders hang towards the earth. Start to move a little more for the upper body here, a sway or a gentle bounce, maybe letting fingertips dangle or holding on to opposite elbows. And then let the fingertips soften back down to the mat. And then with your next breath in, slide your hands onto your shins or onto your thighs. Press down to the four corners of the feet as you lengthen through the legs and lengthen through your spine. And then with your exhale out, soften again into your forward fold. Next breath in, sweep the arms out to the side, bend in the knees, sweep the arms up towards the sky. And then with your exhale out, hands journey to the heart. Let's take a full breath in. And full breath out as we arrive and settle into Tadasana, or mountain pose. Let the hands come down by the side, pressing down through the four corners of your feet, finding a sense of strength through your legs here with a micro bend at the knees, a sense of connection to your core, tall spine, shoulders soft down the back. And then with our next breath in, we'll sweep the arms out to the side, reach the hands up and overhead. And on your exhale out, connect your palms together, soft bend in the knees, fingertips traveling towards the mat. With the inhale, hands to shins or hands to thighs, half lift, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. And with your exhale, forward fold, lengthen the body over the legs, Uttanasana. Next breath in, sweep the arms out to the side, reach the hands high to the sky. And with your exhale, hands journey to the heart. And we'll start to add onto that breath in, sweep the arms out. And exhale out, connect palms together, soft bend in the knees, forward fold. Breathing in, hands to shins or hands to thighs, half lift, lengthen. And with your exhale, forward fold. We'll step our right foot to the back of the mat. We'll lower our right knee down. And if you'd like, find some padding for the knee, a blanket, or roll in your mat. And if you have a couple of blocks here, you might like to have your blocks at the top of your mat. Have your blocks about shoulder height here. Front knee anchored over the front ankle. Soften right hip a little closer to the earth, and at the same time, hug the hips in together and lengthen through your spine. Our low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Hands remaining at the blocks, maybe hands float to the heart, or with your next breath in, you sweep the arms up and overhead. And you find that lift upward here as you hug into your core and you reach tall through the crown of the head. And then with your exhale out, you bring the hands down to the earth or onto your blocks, and you start to shift the weight back. Anchor right knee over right ankle, and then send your left toes a little higher to the sky. Find a comfortable amount of space through the back of the left leg here. And then with your breath in, with hands to your mat or hands to your block, lengthen through the spine. And either choosing to pause right where you are, or with your next breath out, fold over the extended leg. And then we'll take one more breath in. And complete breath out. With your next inhale, bring your left foot back to the mat, come back to your low lunge. Option to keep the hands right where they are, or maybe you sweep the arms up towards the sky one more time. And then on your exhale out, float hands down to your blocks or onto the mat, tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, and then slowly step the right foot up to meet the left, meeting in our forward fold. Let's take a breath in here, hands to shins or hands to thighs, half lift, lengthen. And then with your exhale, forward fold. Hands coming onto the blocks. We'll step our left foot behind us this time. We'll lower the left knee down, and once again, find some padding for the knee if that would feel good to you. Front knee anchored over the front ankle. Hands to your blocks, hands to heart, or maybe arms reach up and overhead. And find your strength here through your low body as you hug towards the midline with the hips, with the legs, with your core. Taking an inhale here, reaching a little higher to the sky. And then with your exhale out, hands float to the mat or onto your block. Start to shift the weight. Lengthen out through the right leg a comfortable amount for you. Left hip anchored over left knee. Breath in, lengthen through your spine. And then with your breath out, choosing to fold over the front leg if you'd like, or keeping the spine upright. We'll take another breath in. Soft breath out. And then with your next inhale, take your right foot to the mat. Option to sweep the arms up and overhead once again. And then with your exhale out, hands come down to the mat, tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, and then take your journey to the top part of your mat. And we'll shift the blocks off to the side here, meeting in a forward fold. Breathing in, hands to shins or hands to thighs, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Breath in, see the arms out to the side, reach the hands high to the sky. And with your exhale here, hands meet at the heart. Full breath in. Soft breath out. As we settle here, let's bring our awareness and our attention into our left foot, strong around the left knee, strong at the left thigh. We'll pick up our right knee here, and toes can stay onto the mat as you start to lift the knee. Or maybe you lift the knee a little higher here, or maybe you bring the knee in line with the hip joint. Option here to spin the knee out, bring the heel in, cross your right leg over the left, and then we'll sit back into a Buddha pose, a balancing pose here. As we do, find your focal point here at the front of the room. Press down through the four corners of your standing foot, flex the right foot here, and then lengthen from tailbone up to the crown of the head. Take a full breath in, and complete breath out. With your next inhale, bring the right knee forward once again. Soft bend into your left knee, step your right foot to the back of your mat, landing onto the ball of the foot to start, and then slowly shifting here onto the foot so that it's parallel to the short edge of your mat. Align your front heel with your back arch, and as you bend into your front knee, see your big toe shining up at you. Soften your shoulders down the back, and lengthen from tailbone here up to the crown of the head. And around the hips, feel yourself hugging the legs in towards the hip joint, hugging the arms in towards the shoulders as well. We'll take a breath in here, flip the front palm, back hand to back thigh, and as you sweep the left arm up to the sky, option to lengthen out through the front leg for reverse triangle, reverse trikonasana. And then on your exhale out, bring the arms forward, bringing them back to shoulder height here. And we'll keep long and strong in the front leg with a micro bend into the knee. As you breathe in, pull your legs together towards the midline of your mat, lengthen through your spine. And then with your exhale out, start to reach forward, bring the bottom hand lightly onto the leg or the back of the hand on the inside of the leg, right arm reaching up towards the sky. Finding a sense of strength and steadiness in the low body as you hug the legs together towards the mid part of your mat. Pressing equally down into the soles of both feet, hugging into your strong core as well, and stacking the shoulders. With your next breath in, slowly rise up. As you do this time, bend into the front knee, back hand to back thigh, left arm reaching high to the sky, peaceful warrior. And then with your exhale out, sweep both arms forward, start to roll onto the ball of your back foot, bring hands down to frame the front foot. And then step back to your plank pose or into your half plank pose here. Take a breath in. And then with your exhale out, lower your left knee down to the middle of your mat underneath your left hip. And maybe here you slide some padding underneath the knee. Left hand comes to the middle part of your mat. Right foot reaches to the back of the mat. And we've got this option to take our left foot behind us like a kickstand. Strong through your extended leg here, strong around the knee and around the thigh. Right arm reaching up towards the sky. Modified side plank. Pausing here as you stack the joints and tune into your strong core. And now with your next breath, the option to pick up your right foot, and as you do, press out through the heel like you're pressing it into an imaginary wall, building a sense of strength through the outer leg, the outer hip. Finding another full breath in here. And with your exhale out, lower the foot down to the mat. Make your way back into hands and knees. Or with the next breath, send hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Take a steady inhale. Soft exhale. Next inhale, look to the top of your mat, soft bend in the knees, and we'll step or walk, feet up to meet the hands, forward fold. Breathing in, hands to shins, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Breath in, sweep the arms out to the side, reach the hands high to the sky. And with your exhale here, hands journey to the heart. And now let's bring our awareness and our attention into our right foot, strong around the right knee, hug the right hip in. Your option to lift the left knee up a little, play with landing toes onto the mat. Maybe you lift the foot a little higher, maybe you bring the knee in line with the hip joint. And now the option to spin the knee out, bring the heel in, cross your left leg over right, and then sitting back into your Buddha pose, slow and steady with that movement. Press equally out through the four corners of your right foot. Hug into your core and lengthen through your spine. Find a focal point at the front of the room, take a breath in here, and breath out. Next, inhale, lengthen through the right leg, but keep a soft micro bend there. Pick up your left knee, and then slowly step your left foot to the back of the mat, land onto the ball of the foot to start, and then pivot the foot so it becomes parallel to the short edge of your mat. Peek down at your feet, align your front heel with your back arch, and as you bend into the front knee, see your big toe shining up at you. Sweep the arms up to shoulder height, shoulders soft down the back. Find your strength at your midline here and find that sense of steadiness in the low body. We'll take a breath in, flip your front palm, back hand to back thigh, option to lengthen out through the front leg here as we reach the right hand up towards the sky, reverse triangle. And then as you bring the arms to shoulder height, find a sense of length and strength through your front leg, strong around the knee, hugging the legs towards the midline like you're trying to create a wrinkle at the middle of your mat. And then with your breath in, lengthen through the spine, and then with your breath out, reach forward. Rotate here. Bring bottom hand onto the leg or back of the hand on the inside of the leg. Sweep the left arm up to the sky. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Tuning into your strong legs here. Hugging into your strong core. Stacking your shoulders. Take a full breath in. Steady breath out. And then with your next inhale, softly bend into the front knee, peaceful warrior here. And then with your exhale out, windmill the arms down to frame your front foot, roll onto the ball of your back foot. Step back into your half plank or into your plank pose here. Take a breath in. And then with your exhale out, lower your right knee to the middle part of your mat, right hip anchored over right knee. Slide your right hand to the middle of your mat, extend your left foot behind you, and that option to sweep your right foot behind you like a kickstand there. Sweep the left arm up to the sky here, stacking shoulders. Press out through the left foot, build a sense of strength through your left leg. And your option to pause here in your modified side plank, or maybe you start to pick up the left foot, and as you do, you press out through the left heel. And you find that sense of balance and steadiness all with your flowing breath. Breathing in here. And then exhale out, lower your left foot down. Bring your left hand onto the mat. Shift back into hands and knees, or if you'd like from here, untuck the toes, knees together or knees shifted apart. settling hips back towards the heels, landing softly in your child's pose, Balasana. With your next inhale, start to rise back up. And from here, we'll meet in a seated position. And as you shift to a seated position, you might like to have something to sit on. That might be your pillow or your blanket here. Find a comfortable amount of height for you. And we'll start here by bringing legs out long in front of the body. And as you sit tall, find a tall spine here, all the way up through the crown of the head, shoulders soft down the back. From here, we'll take the right foot, we'll walk the right foot to the inside of the left leg. We'll extend out through the left foot. We'll take the right hand behind us here, and with our breath in, sitting a little taller, lifting up through the chest and the crown of the head. And then with your exhale out, wrapping your left arm around your right leg, gently moving into a twist. As you breathe in, find yourself lengthening through the spine and the extended leg. And with your breath out, softening into the twist. Next, inhale, come back to center. Then we'll take a counter pose here. Back of right hand on the outside of the left leg. Slide the left hand behind you. One breath in. And breath out. Bringing the chest back to center. Crossing the legs with the left leg out in front. And as we cross the legs here, we'll have the shins about parallel, thighs about parallel, with the feet moving away from the body into our square pose. Heels are moving towards the knees. And you might like to stay upright here, or with your next breath in and breath out, you slowly move into a forward fold. Taking care with the knees on the way down, adding any extra support that you might like to have there with blocks or a rolled blanket. And taking a slow, soothing breath in. Soft, complete breath out. And then we'll tuck the chin. We'll make our way back up to our tall spine, and perhaps the shoulders lift a little closer to the ears. And then with your exhale out, you let the shoulders soften down the back. From here, we'll extend the right leg long, left foot comes on the inside of the right thigh. Find your sense of strength through your extended leg. Sweep your left hand behind you, tune into your tall spine. Take a breath in. And then with your exhale out, twisting towards the left side of your mat, wrapping your right arm around the left leg. Breathing in to lengthen here from tailbone up to the crown of the head and through your extended leg as well. Exhale out, softening into the twist. Next inhale, unwind yourself. Counter twist here. Back the left hand on the outside of the right leg. Other hand behind you. Take a breath in to lengthen. And exhale to soften. From here, let's bring the right leg out in front, left leg closer to the body. Find your square pose here. Walk heels a little closer to the knees. Shins are about parallel, thighs are about parallel. And either choosing to stay upright or with the next exhale, gently folding over the legs. And tucking the chin, slow rise up. The shoulders a little shrugged towards the ears. Exhale out, let them soften down the back. Lengthen legs out in front of you, and as you do, come off your prop. Take that off to the side. And then we'll bend the knees, make your journey down, rolling to the side or hugging hands behind the thighs. Slow lowering down. And then as you land, perhaps you land here with knees bent today, or you lengthen legs out in front of the body. Find yourself settling into a really restful Shavasana today. And take all the time that you need here. And I'd like to thank you for coming along to practice today. Namaste.